Don't hold on to nothing that need to be let go, okay? That's a message. Don't hold on to anything that needs to be let go. I'm going to have to say it twice. All right. What up, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning back into my channel. So it's your girl Lexi Martia, and before we get into this video, let me first apologize for my small hiatus that I took that was very unintentional. Okay, so this thing called life came and got your girl wrapped up and came like a thief in the night. Okay, and I was just not prepared for what life was dealing out these last, like 3 or 4 weeks. So when I made the last video, right, about how I paid for weight loss surgery and everything, I had also recorded 2 other videos because I knew that my schedule was about to get a little bit hectic. So I recorded these other videos, and when I was going through to edit them, I just felt like I was depriving you all of some information that I could have maybe put in there. And looking back at it, I was like, it maybe would have been smart, Lexi, for you to make a list of things that you wanted to say, so that way I could hit those, you know, key moments or whatever for you all. So I did all of that, right? While I was trying to edit and get my life, I went home to Detroit for a weekend. I actually have a weekend vlog, possibly, that I can give to you guys when I was back at home. So if you're interested in seeing that, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. When I got back, I actually had to start back into grad school. I had about a week and a half off, and so when I got back, my workload, I feel like, tripled. So I had a lot of work to get done in a little bit of time. I have 7 weeks left of school before I get my master's degree. So whoop whoop, shout out to me, kudos to me. You can give me a thumbs up for getting my master's. I was just trying to find the time to record these videos and give you the content, right? So came home one lovely Friday. Okay, the sun was out. It was a nice day here in Atlanta. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. The wind was blowing just right. And so I come home to record a video, and I think I recorded like 25-30 minutes. Of course it was going to be edited down, but I recorded some content, and I went to like play it back. It was gone. So the devil was busy. Okay, he was trying to stop my shine, and I just didn't know what to do. So I ended up taking it in, and people were like, you just might have to clean it out and all this other type of stuff. I don't know, but lo and behold, it's back working. So once I graduate, I'll be able to have a more steady schedule of providing you guys with some content. So that's something to look forward to. But anywho, by the title, you can see that I am going to be talking about things that you may experience with having weight loss surgery. I know a lot of people have questions that you're either A, too scared to ask, or B, don't know to ask, or C, haven't done research enough to know that these are some things that can happen. So I thought it would be cool to bring you guys this information. So I'm going to pull up my notes, and so we can get right into the video. So number 1, the first thing that you are going to experience with having weight loss surgery is a stall or a plateau, like a moment of time where your weight is consistent. You're not losing, you're not gaining, so you're just like at a standstill, right? It's something that would just happen. It's a part of the process. And so don't get discouraged, or don't, feel like, well, maybe I'm eating too much, or I'm not eating enough, so then you kind of like change your behavior. Continue to do what you're doing, and then you will eventually get out of that stall. Now for me, I did experience a stall, I would say early on in my process, and so I was a little bit discouraged, like, okay, well, why is this happening now? I know it will happen, but to me it felt like it was too early. So I went and I was having an appointment with my nutritionist already. So I went in and I just talked to him about it, like, yo, I've been at this weight for like 2 weeks, you know what I mean? I feel like I should be losing more weight. I think I had lost about like 25 or 30 pounds at this time, and I believe I was about 6 weeks, not 6 months, I'm almost 6 months out, but I was 6 weeks out. And he was just explaining to me that your body isn't used to losing this amount of weight so fast. So it's kind of going through like, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's going through survival mode, right? So it's trying to like figure out what you're doing. Like, okay, Lexi's acting crazy. She's not eating like she used to, or she's not getting in the food that she's used to. Maybe Lexi is dying. So let me like store all of this fat that she has and this weight so we can make sure that she doesn't die. Like, your body is just thinking you're malnourished because you switch your behavior overnight. You know what I mean? So one thing that he suggested that I tried if the stall hadn't passed in like another week or so was to eat something that you normally wouldn't eat or you should not eat. Now, right there, I'm not telling you to go out and eat no pasta from Olive Garden with the breadsticks, okay, and the chicken parmesan. I'm not saying to go out and get you no fried chicken from Popeyes, Captain J's, Wingstop, KFC. That's not what I'm about to say here, okay? So don't take this as I'ma just go out and eat what the hell I want, because that's not what you should do, okay? So what he suggested, like I was saying, was to try something that you would normally eat. And for me, he suggested to try mashed potatoes. At the time, I was still about 6 weeks out. So it was something soft. It was a starch, of course, but it was something that could re-trigger my body because it's like, you know, you were on protein drinks and you were having all of this protein high meal, and then you eat some carbs or a starch or something like some mashed potatoes, and it'll kind of reset your body so that it can jumpstart your weight loss, if that makes sense. So I actually tried it. I suggested a few women that I know who were going through a stall, who I, you know, communicate with, that I found through an online group. I told them that that's what my nutritionist told me to do. They tried it as well, and it worked for them. I'm not saying to eat a whole heap of mashed potatoes. You can go to like Popeyes or like a KFC and get a small little container of mashed potatoes. You're only probably going to be able to have 2 or 3 forkfuls, but just try that and then see if that helps to get you off of your stall. If not, then look into increasing your water intake. That can help you. And then if that does not work, consult your doctor. Like, there's nothing wrong with calling them to ask them a question at the doctor's office. I love my doctor's office. I'm pretty sure they had got tired of me when I was going through my clearance portion of, you know, this process. But call them and just ask a quick question. Call your nutritionist, and they should be willing to help you because that's what you paid them for. You know what I mean? So that's number 1. Number 2, you can possibly experience food rejections or dumping. So food rejection is like you eat a food that you're used to eating, that you like, and your sleeve just says, no girl. Like, she not having it. She or he, depending, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But for me, her name is Bambi. That's my sleeve name. And she just not having it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally take a bite of something and immediately you get like stomach cramps, or you feel nauseous, or you have to go throw up, because that's just what it is. And dumping is also like a more severe symptom of that, where you're eating too fast, or you're eating something that's you shouldn't be eating, and your sleeve is just not with it. Your new stomach that you have is telling you, I can't take all of this. It's a no. And you really get sick. Like, some people that I know experience chills and get super weak and nauseous and like bedridden for a few hours because they ate something that they should not have, right? So my suggestion to combat this is to not eat anything wrong. Like, follow your doctor's instructions. If they tell you to wait 6 months before you can have bread or pasta or peanuts or something like that, then just wait it out. Like, you trying foods early is not worth you being sick. Granted, we are human, and granted, you will try different things, but just hold out on some of those foods that you really would want to try, but you know you shouldn't try. Okay, so early on, I had a case of food rejection, or what I think food rejection is. So I was like maybe a week or so out from surgery, and I was only on clear liquids at the time, and I had a taste for something sweet. Like, I really just wanted something sweet in my mouth. Like, I don't know if it was my mind going crazy because I was just on like clear broths and protein drinks and my freaking Jello, okay? So I just wanted something else, and so my mom was here with me, and I don't know why, but no, I do know why. I love pineapples. So I had some pineapples in the refrigerator, right? So she goes into the refrigerator, and I'm just like, Mama, I want something different. Like, I just want, you know what I'm saying, something sweet. And so she's had surgery. So this whole time, she has been on my back about, like, not messing up, not doing anything, right? So I'm telling her, like, I just really want something sweet. And she's like, oh, well, there's, you know, some pineapples in here. Like, I can give you a little bit of the juice. Just try it. I don't know if it'll be too sweet for you. But that way, just to, you know, quench your thirst of having something sweet, let me give it to you. So she ended up giving it to me. And I kid you not, 10 seconds after me ingesting a half a teaspoon of pineapple juice, I immediately got like super lightheaded. I felt weak, and at that moment I was just like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, am I not gonna be able to eat pineapples anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? So I went and lay down, and I felt better a few hours later, but I was just scared, like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to have pineapples. But once I got to that point of being able to have fruit, and then just trying different things every day, I did try my pineapples, and thank goodness to the man above, okay, I can have pineapples and I don't have any issues with that. So that's a blessing. But that's why I'm saying to just wait until you're at that stage where you can try different foods before you try it, because it's a method to the madness. Trust me, like, you don't want to get sick like that off of just being hard-headed and stubborn. You know what I'm saying? So number 3, one thing you can experience with having VSG surgery is hair loss. Now, this is definitely a sensitive subject for a lot of women. I'm going to kind of combine two. So I'm going to say hair loss, sagging skin, right? I, fortunately enough, have not experienced too much sagging skin. I notice my thighs aren't as firm as they used to be, and my arms, but it's not to the point to where it's bothersome or where I feel insecure about it. It's just that I know I need to start toning up and get my thighs and my arms back right. But my arms have never been like super big, but I am, I would say, somewhat bottom heavy as well. So I definitely need to get these thighs in check, because that's not cute, you know what I'm saying? But in addition to that, luckily I haven't experienced any hair loss. Now, I am about 5.5 weeks out right now, and the one thing that I have done to avoid or try to eliminate that issue is taking care of my hair. I can't speak for anybody else. I don't want anybody to get offended, but I take care of my hair. Either I'm going to the salon to have my stylist do my hair, or about 2 weeks after, I'll, you know, do my hair like I did today, but I'm adding minimal heat. I'm using Jamaican castor oil shampoo. I'm using like protective regrowth conditioner, leave-in conditioner. I'm taking biotin. I'm making sure I'm taking my vitamins daily. I'm making sure I'm getting my water intake and my protein. So I'm doing what I have to do on my end to make sure that my hair remains healthy through this process. Now, you may experience some shedding early on, and that's what happened to me. I believe it may have been a cause of the anesthesia and, of course, the trauma from having surgery. But I would say probably like for about 2 weeks after surgery, I noticed that my hair was shedding a little bit more than normal. I mean, your natural hair sheds, or it should, or I think it should. Correct me if I'm wrong. But my hair was shedding more than normal. And so I went to my stylist and, you know, said, okay, the hair is shedding a little bit. And she was like, all right, we're going to keep it moisturized, you know, because you don't want your hair to dry out due to the anesthesia. That's one thing that can possibly happen. But I was going to my stylist every 2 weeks after I had surgery for, I think, like 3 months. And then once I noticed that my hair was growing, it was still thick and weren't really any issues, then I eliminated that to once a month. And then I would do my hair once a month as well for myself, because to save them coins. But I didn't care about the coins at first because I want to make sure that my hair remains healthy. So if you are experiencing some hair loss, then I would definitely say, like, look into getting some protein shampoo and conditioner. There are some available for you at like your local Walmart or Rite Aid, things of that sort. You can also look into getting Jamaican castor oil. I have heard some good things about wild hair growth. It's like a little serum Comes in a white and green bottle. Those things have helped some people that I know as well. But yeah, just make sure that you're staying on top of your stuff and that you're taking your vitamins. And then also you need to make sure that you're eating enough too, that you're getting your protein in. So one thing about protein is that not having enough is bad for you, and having too much is bad for you. So don't go out there and just get like hella protein treatments and stuff and just put them in your hair and think that that's gonna help it. That's a temporary fix, but you need to do some things to maintain the aesthetics. I can't think of the right word, but to maintain the aesthetics of your hair. Like, we as women, most of the people who watch my videos are women. We as women, specifically black women, okay, treasure the crowns that are on our head, and we want to do what we can to take care of them. So don't deprive yourself of your vitamins, or don't think, I'm gonna not eat like I should today because I'm trying to lose this weight. No, eat what you're supposed to eat, take your vitamins, make sure you're getting your nutrients, and do what you're supposed to do, and your hair is gonna grow back. I said if I experience hair loss, I'm gonna just chop her off, like snip, cut, because it'll grow back. My hair has grown a lot, so I would say my hair was probably about this length maybe a year or so ago. Then I started to go to my stylist, and I would say it came down to about right here, and then now from taking my biotin, it's about there. So it's growing and it's doing well. It's still very thick and full, but I would cut her off if she got to acting funny and was breaking off. Don't hold on to nothing that need to be let go, okay? That's a message. Don't hold on to anything that needs to be let go. I'm gonna have to say it twice. All right. So what number was that? 3, 4. We are on number 4. One thing you will experience is like annoying burping and belching. Like, even sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, I have to like take a breath and be like, because a burp then came out of nowhere and messed up my whole sentence. I don't know what it is about that, but you like burp a lot and you will have gas. You will experience gas, and I mean, you will, like, having gas and burping, like, it'll just hit you out of nowhere, and you just like, oh, let me look around because I don't, you know what I'm saying? But it's something that you will experience. I know some women said that their bowel movements, because we keep it 100 on this channel, I've heard some women say that their bowel movements smell like death, okay? And they had to get like the I'm laughing because I really can't believe that I'm saying this to y'all, but it's who I am. But I know some people who have to get like the little poopery spray that you can get from either like online or in like Walmart, I think. And they said that they have to like line the toilet and then let God have his way, and then line the toilet again because shouldn't nobody smell what comes up out of them, because it smells like death. Sis. And that you can experience. And ain't nothing wrong with that, honey. Everything that come in gotta come out. So shoot. 5, numero 5. You will experience like an increase of self-esteem or confidence within yourself. Not saying that you're getting cocky. I mean, I wouldn't say all of that, but your clothes are fitting you differently. You look different in your pictures. Like, when I started to take, okay, so we just gonna talk about it. So when I started, or when I used to take selfies, right, I would hold the camera up and I would tilt my head because my contour, like if I had makeup on, you see the little contour, it would give me a more chiseled look, and I would like have to take my pictures that way to make my face look slimmer. But now it's like I can take a full face shot and she gives me life that way. Like, you just start to notice little things like that that make you get a little confidence boost. Like, you may try a dress on that used to hug you really nice and now it's a little bit loose. And when you go to the store, you done went down 2 sizes in your pants, and you know what I'm saying, your belly a little bit flatter, and you can look down and see, there's nothing wrong with feeling yourself a little bit. If you have anybody in your circle or in your support system that's telling you, oh, you too cocky, or you done changed since you had weight loss surgery. Well, hell, I will hope that I've changed a little bit since losing this weight. Feel yourself a little bit, okay? Take a little pictures for your little boo thing and some little cute lingerie or whatever. You know, stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, like get to know your new body. It's nothing wrong with feeling yourself a little bit, okay? Okay. All right, so that was number 5. So number 6, this is something that I've experienced and I hate it, and I wish I could just rip my uterus out and hand it to my OB or something. But my cycles have been irregular since surgery. So when I first had surgery, I don't know if the stress or whatever brought on my cycle, but my cycle ended up coming 2 weeks early. So I started my menstrual in the doggone hospital, y'all. In the hospital. Woke up from surgery like, what? Like, and then 2 weeks later it came like it should have. And then for the next like 3 months, I was having 2 cycles a month. Every second and fourth Monday of the month, my menstrual cycle would start. It was semi-heavy, heavier than what I'm used to, and it was going for like 5-7 days, and I'm used to 3 to 5 day cycles. Like, I was just getting annoyed and about to lose my mind, and my doctor's like, well, it's normal, you can experience this, and whoop de whoop whoop whoop. So I ended up going to my OB after month 3. I went month 4, and we changed my birth control because I was on birth control, or am on birth control. So we ended up changing that to a different like level or whatever. It's annoying. It really gets on my nerves. Like, I noticed I was also like, your hormones go crazy. Like, I noticed I was so emotional. Like, I just like looked back on it and was like, why did I get so upset? Like, I was literally like hysterically crying, and I was just talking to him and just like bawling my eyes out about something that just like I wouldn't normally get upset over. And I was just so emotional. Like, I was watching YouTube videos and Facebook videos, just bawling my eyes out. Like, I wanted to watch all of the sad, like, love stories, I Am Sam, Notebook, stuff like that. Like, I just was in a space where I was so emotional, and I couldn't understand it. But then, like, once I got over that little hurdle, I was like, oh, it's probably my hormones acting nuts because of this surgery. So definitely make sure your partner or whomever you're with understands that having those changes like up and down emotionally can and will happen after surgery. And because of that leads me to point number 7. You can get pregnant real easily after having surgery. So please be careful. I have seen too many women talking about this my sleeve baby, and I'm 16 weeks out, 14 weeks pregnant. Like, sir, what was you doing? Definitely easily get pregnant because your hormones are going bonkers, and you want to make sure, like my doctor told me, you use a belt and suspenders. You want to use 2 forms, two forms of contraceptive after having surgery. That means birth control and a condom, birth control and the pull-out method. Whatever works for you and yours is what you need to be using after having surgery. You need to monitor your cycles to know when you're ovulating, to be like, babe, not today, because this right here says I'm most fertile today. We can't have no mess ups. Now the opposite side of that is for women who have like PCOS. This is a great benefit to you because if you're having problems with conceiving, you can easily conceive from having this surgery. Like, a lot of women who have PCOS and are overweight or whatever, they find that this surgery helps them to get pregnant, which is a blessing. But for people like me who are 25 years old, okay, about to get your master's, definitely make sure you use what? 2 forms of contraceptive, belts and suspenders if you are sexually active. Luckily for me, I am not sexually active. Hey mama. So I wouldn't even have to worry about all of that, but I'm just saying that these are some things that you can experience. But yeah, that's all that I have. Those are my 7 things that you can experience from having weight loss surgery. So definitely let me know down below if you have experienced these things, or like what's some things you did to overcome like your stalls or your hair loss issues. If you have any additional questions or concerns and you're a little bit too shy to leave it on a public forum, you can always shoot me an email. My information is in the description box below. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.